Hey guys, welcome back to S.H.Figuarts. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Today we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Kurosaki Ichigo, and this is the Getsuka Tensho version from Bleach. And I'm very excited for this one. It's my favorite version of Ichigo, and I kind of wish they started the line with this Ichigo, but I kind of understand they had to go with the latest anime seasons, right, with the figures. And I guess like making that many figures, giving them a little bit more time to improve the engineering as well. So overall, I'm very happy with it. But I hope this means that we're gonna start getting figure from this arc, right? This is the best arc. This is the arc I grew up with. Anyways, here's the left box, here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. And it seems like they're going with this manga version design, because this one looks more like the manga than the anime. But anyways, let's check it out. And here's the figures still in there, and the packaging looking really good. Kind of wish they gave us one more faceplate though, but I can't complain. The price on this figure is really reasonable. We even got the black Getsuka Tensho, and hopefully the head and the face is interchangeable with like the previous ones. Anyways, let's check it out. Alright, and here we have the figure itself, and my first impression on this figure is really good. And like I mentioned earlier, Bandai now has a little bit more experience dealing with Bleach figures. With this being the third Ichigo, it is the best of the three. But rightfully so, because he's using all the latest technology and design from Bandai, right? And I want to spend a little bit of time talking about like the lower body and everything here, right? I don't think it's ever realistic to expect S.H.Figuarts to make this whole figure cloth goods. First of all, I just don't think they can scale well, right? Like, it's gonna be more expensive, and also I worry about the longevity of the figure. Cloth goods is really easy to get dirty, to like shelfware, but S.H.Figuarts, like the way it is, it's gonna last you for a long time. And I think at this point, I just kind of accept S.H.Figuarts having this kind of design. And yeah, this is like the essence of S.H.Figuarts, right? You get to pose and everything, and then you get like these joints. I know some people don't really enjoy this, but I really do think they did a really good job this time around. I kind of wish the first Ichigo also have this kind of treatment where you know, all this is on a soft material, so it doesn't hinder the articulation at all. You get all these joints, so he can do all kinds of like really cool posing with this. And he's not back heavy at all. Like, this is just really cool. And I think they also did minor improvements on the leg as well. Still the tree trunk leg, but the proportion is a little bit better. They increased the range on the thigh over here, so you can kind of move it around so it doesn't look too stiff. The first one just looks a little bit too stiff. So they're definitely improving here. And yeah, I'm really happy with it overall. Just really nice. And one thing I'm really impressed, or like I'm just like, again, super happy, is that they kept the engineering on the face and hair exactly the same. Meaning that you're able to swap out the faces and the hair one-to-one. Like, this is just really cool. I'm just really glad they did this, so you can get different looks and stuff. Even though the shades of the hair is not the same, but you know, you can use all the faces. So essentially, you have like, you know, 10 plus faces for Ichigo right now. So that's really cool. Same with the other one, right? So I can do cool stuff like, you know, removing this and using like the mask. Like so. So yeah, that is really cool. I'm just really glad that they did this. And yeah, I think this is the essence of S.H.Figuarts, and I think they did a really good job so far. And let's check out the articulation. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over it from the neck down. He can look up only about this much, look down about this much, move it around, and honestly, it feels a little bit stiff, but I think it should be okay. We'll check out during the action posing what he can do. And for the shoulder, you do have pull-on method, so it gives you a lot of range. Raises arm up about this much. You do have bicep swivel, curl about this much, and ball raise. So this curl is actually really nice. And for the ab crunch, is this part? Yeah, so this part is on a softer material, so I'm talking about like this abdominal part, so that feels really good. You're not gonna have to worry about the plastic rubbing with each other. I do remember some of like the old S.H.Figuarts where this plastic rubbing against each other, and that just feels really bad. And then for the lower body, I've showed you guys earlier, the skirt pieces has all this joint, which is really nice. You can get him into like some really cool poses. You can have this like flying this way, and then this flying like, you know, the other way. Like, yeah, this is really cool. And then all this is on a softened material, so he's not back heavy at all. But I still think it's like kind of hard for him to just stand. But again, we'll check out during the action posing. But for the leg, it is exactly as you imagine. Still that tree trunk leg. And then, you know, swivel, side-to-side pivot, and toe hinges. I believe that's it for the articulation. And let's check out some accessories. And for the accessories, we're going to start with the default face, and I think it looks really good. It's an angry expression with a little bit of teeth, and they're going with like a earlier comic design here, where the face and the head is a little bit more round, whereas the first version, I think he's a little bit more sharp, especially like with the edges on the faces. And then the latest version, or I mean like the latest arc, I think it's like kind of in between. So yeah. Anyways, all of these are interchangeable, so you can kind of pick and choose what you want. Yeah, really cool. And next up, we have the battle damage iconic angle. This is Tensa Zengetsu's face, and this is really cool. I love the blood and all the battle damage. This is really nice. But yeah, but I'm still not a big fan of sideways looking faces. I know this is supposed to be like a particular look, but it would be nice if they gave us one more faceplate with this one looking straight, like a bloody and looking straight. That would be really cool. And then, of course, we have the best faceplate, the half holofied Dark Ichigo. This is so cool. I love it. Just look at that. Wow. And then the last face we got is the full hollow mask. This is really cool. I love it. I love it. Very nice. And lastly, we have a few pairs of hands I'll show you guys during the action posing, and then we have Tensa Zengetsu itself. This is really cool. Very nicely painted and sculpted. One of my favorite weapons from all anime. Kind of unfortunate this is not real chain, but I can live with that. You know, whatever saves cost and gives us better price, hopefully better price, so that's okay. And I know some people complain about this blade being a little bit small, but I think it is supposed to be small. That was the whole point. Even Byakuya was saying, oh, it's too small, can't possibly be a bankai. So yeah, but to be fair, I think it does get longer as the anime goes on though. So yeah, it is what it is. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, or like more of a complaint for myself, is that I kind of feel like this figure should have been two figure. We should have like a battle damage version and like a mass Ichigo version, right? Because when he fought Byakuya, he should be all bandaged up, right? During that battle, like I think his arm has some bandage, his chest definitely has some bandage. So yeah, they're kind of giving us like two looks in one figure, and I usually don't like that. They're trying to look for, you know, best of both worlds and just pack it, and maybe they're right. People are probably not gonna pay for a very similar figure twice, right? But yeah, that's just something I want to talk about. Let me know in the comments on what you think. But yeah, I think if they're going with like the Byakuya version, they should definitely give us Byakuya, and then, you know, release like a different version where he mastered this full mask, right? This power. But anyways, I digress, and let's check out some action posing. I love this figure. Oh yeah, before we get into the action posing, I totally forgot about the effect parts. Really cool. Very hard plastic, kind of heavy, but we do have a stand for it. And let's check it out. And for the size comparison, that'll start with some Bleach S.H.Figuarts, and I think for the most part, the scale is okay. Kenpachi could probably be a little bit taller, but other than that, I think it's good. But I don't like the releases so far, though. I'm just not a fan of the latest season design. Let me know in the comments on what you think, but I would like to go one by one, right? Toshiro, this figure is alright, but the neck is way too long. I think the way they handle this neck is just really bad. I kind of wish we have like a third-party company that makes like, you know, the pec shorter. Yeah, without a scarf. I mean, even with a scarf, I still think it's a little bit too long. It's just kind of dumb. That figure was kind of unfortunate because I'm a fan of Toshiro. And then Renji, it would have been nice if they can include like a regular katana. Instead, we only have the heavy blade, so most of the time he's just on my shelf. I'm not even gonna bother playing with it. And for Byakuya, I think they screwed up on the faceplate. The faceplate just doesn't look good for some reason. Kenpachi is okay. I think Kenpachi is the best out of the four of them, right? But yeah, and I also don't like the fact that they have the shocking face, right? They have the face where their bankai got stolen, but we never got any enemies anyways, right? So it's kind of dumb to me they include that. So yeah. Anyways, I digress. Let me know in the comments on what you think, and let's move on. And next up, we have the usual Dragon Ball figures. And then we have my favorite, the Naruto S.H.Figuarts. And then we have some of my recent favorites. And then we have some JJK and One Piece. And lastly, we have some Mayfex and Figmas, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I like this figure a lot, and I do highly recommend it. If you are a fan of Bleach and action figure, you should definitely go for it. This is the pinnacle of action figure 1/12 scale. And yeah, like, this is a great time to get into it if you're on the fence, because we're finally getting into the cool design in the older seasons, right? It's just really, really nice, and hopefully they can continue to make more. And this figure, like, in my mind, is like a low-key 10 out of 10. It's just great articulation. I really like the way they handle the skirt pieces area. It just feels really good to pose with it. But again, like I mentioned earlier, I kind of wish this is like a two figure, right? Battle damage version and non-battle damage version. But I'm sure not a lot of people are gonna buy two figures. I'm a really, really heavy user of the action figure, so it's just a little bit of a gripe. They kind of give us the best of both worlds, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the best choice for the market, and just really good for everybody. But anyways, I digress. Let me know in the comments on what you think. And yeah, I don't really care who they make next, right? Because there's just so many characters I like. I think I like every single one of them. So as long as it's from the older season, I'm happy. But maybe if I will have to choose one, I'll probably go for, well, let me name a few, right? I would like Urahara Kisuke for sure. I will like who's that guy from Espada? The coolest guy, number 4. Oh my god, he's so cool. I forgot his name. The wolf guy. Grimjaw. Yeah, I would like to see Grimjaw and maybe Urukirora, right? Like they're all so cool. They're all so cool. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.